And we're live. Great show tonight. I got some good guests coming on, my boy from Real Mob Radio, Steven Rankle, my boy, my brother. Become a great friend of mine in the last 6 months. Um, Hopefully, I got a couple other surprise guests maybe popping in, but tonight's is no drama. Tonight is strictly about Ukraine, what's going on. We're going to talk about it. You know, my boy, the Stone Sour, had a little tooth problem today. Hope he's doing well. But we're going to get into it. We're going to dig deep. So, like as always, if you want, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. And I'm going to bring in my esteemed co-host for tonight, my man, my brother, Steven Rankle. What's up,
What's
brother?
happening? How you doing? What's
How you
going on,
feeling?
man?
How you feeling?
We're good up here in Minnesota. Good. It was a fairly warm day. We're just we're waiting for that true spring to break, man. Sick of
I
winter,
know,
and
right?
but other than that, good. It was a good weekend, and everybody's safe and happy, so we're okay.
That's
How
what's
about
up,
you?
man. Good, man. Still waiting for my lawyers, but other than that, you know how that goes.
Yeah. Oh, still waiting. Okay. Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
And it,
but
it is true. For the people that don't know, it is true. We really bonded over the last 6 months, man. And I'm gonna say this publicly. You're a stand-up guy. There aren't many folks like you in the world, bro. So I'm honored to know you, honored to be, and to
thank
call
you,
you my
brother.
friend. It means a lot. So it's good. It's good stuff. Good
Thank
stuff.
you, brother. Same here, man. Yo, we got Ali's been on here since 5 o'clock. He said they should stay. I think he's gonna come on tonight. I hope he does. Great dude, man. Joe Delmar, let me tell you, this guy, every time I turn around, he support me. Joe, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Gina, the trucker, my baby, how you been, honey? I hope you're great. Really good friend, man. Solid chick. And the general, look at this.
The,
General, you're more than
the general.
General, if you want to come in, let me know. I know you're a busy guy, man. Me and Steve,
Yeah.
I know we're not on your level, but
It's the
he
general.
said
Yeah.
hello.
Very cool. Everybody's jumping. Hey guys,
Hey,
Joe,
listen,
Del.
I gotta say something right now. This guy, I think it's a guy, girl, I don't know who it is, but every time I post something, always a positive message, man. And I just want to say thank you, rehabilitated behavior. God bless you and your family too, man. You always send me positive stuff. See,
And
look,
just
salute to the general. Everybody's doing it.
and
Stack.
and rehabilitative
Yo,
behavior. I like that. That's something I think is an ongoing challenge. Everybody's got to do that, man. It's all about keep rehabilitating for sure.
no, brother. I'm on live right now. What are you doing?
In Michigan, Michigan,
Yeah.
Michigan in the house.
If you want to pop on, we're just talking about Ukraine. Or you got a show going on? All right, I'll call you when I'm done this. All right, brother. That's my boy, Joe B8, man. Great dude. Well, be safe, Gina. So, took me by surprise today. Like, I knew we annexed. Like, first off, shout out to, look, whether a lot of the consensus seems to be in the street, a lot of people in the rap community, Hollywood, they seem to think that Ukrainians are racist. Steve, we talked about this earlier.
Hmm?
My thing is, do I think we should have troops over there fighting? I think no. NATO, let them go over finally and do something for once. But you were saying earlier, like, and even last week, but the difference is this game, like this thing right here, has to be very well played because one wrong move and either side can really get it, right?
Right, and the question is, I guess, to really find out. Nobody knows unless you're really in Putin's head, but why was he going after Ukraine so hard? What was it? He claims he was afraid that they didn't want to become part of the UN, that they were a threat. I highly doubt that there was ever a situation where Ukraine ever thought, even if they became a UN member, that they were going to invade Russia. Not for a minute. They created the Ukraine to get away from Russia, but now you see Putin at his finest, and things like this. They're talking about booby trapping some of those nuclear facilities out there. They're talking about doing public executions. This is the mind of a lunatic, and this is what we're seeing. We're seeing a replay of Stalin. We're seeing a replay of
Bro,
World War II.
and listen, I've ADD, but this is not to cut you off for that. You just said, guess what my mother was just telling me in the kitchen? She was telling me how World War II, when Germany ran through Italy, my grandfather was hung, a little kid, he was hung underneath the wine barrel making machine. They say I have an echo. Can you hear an echo on there? What's it?
No, I don't
What?
hear it.
Yeah, Joe Del Mar's little echo. I don't know why.
Let me. Okay, keep talking. I'll try something. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know if it's sound like an echo. No, it's good.
Okay.
Uh, She says that I think that's on your end, bro.
Really? Is
You
it
guys
this?
have all that heavy equipment.
No, I'm just using this headset, man. So maybe keep talking. I'll make some adjustments while
So
I'm good. I'll
anyway,
mute.
my mother was telling me how that. Yeah, I don't hear it now. Saying how that my grandfather was hanging under the wine machine, like I was in Italy, so they were probably about 5-6 feet tall, probably about 5-6 feet diameter. Like they're pretty big, man. They're big barrels, like a big barrel. They said he would hide under there. So she would tell me that they would rape the women and make the guys watch, man. Like it's crazy you just said that, you know?
Yeah, that's unbelievable. So let me check the. I'm checking my
Now,
levels here to see what's happening.
now
If I'm too low.
you were in the service, so do you believe that we should send troops, or you think it's a bad idea too? I mean, what's your outtake? What's your look on that?
I think hopefully this is better. I turned my volume down,
Yeah,
you guys.
it's better now.
Okay, cool. I don't think we need to jump right in and get after him, but I think what we're doing, we need to.
Thank you, Joe. Gina says agreed not to go, but at least give them the weapon. We just gave them. I just read
Yeah,
today that they have like 30,000 javelin missiles.
but
I
give him
didn't
a
know they
fighting
were hitting.
chance.
Yeah, they were
Give,
hitting a convoy. I didn't know that. The Ukrainians, they took out a general with a sniper.
yeah, give him
Hey
a
man,
fighting chance. And what you're seeing is you're seeing people that are really committed that will die for their neighborhood, that'll
God
die for
bless
the
these
city
people,
that they're
man.
in, they'll die for the village that they're in. You're seeing people that are agreeing. Now there are those men that don't want to stay back and fight for whatever reason, but now you're also seeing captured Russians that were like, listen, we didn't want to do this either. None of us wanted to do this. I mean, there's a whole group of us who are being forced into this. This is obviously purely political. It is what it is. And it's unfortunate. What I'm thinking about is how far is he going to go? Is he going to push all the way to the Polish border? What's he going to do when he gets there? I think it's right for us to amass troops, keep amassing troops. We have to show strength. The unfortunate thing is when Biden, now people can believe what they want. This is just my opinion. When Biden took office, all the world powers all went, okay. Even the bad ones, the bad guys
Seen
are
an
like,
opportunity, right?
this is good. Yes, this is going to be great. This man is weak. He's confused. His vice president is even weaker than he is. He has an administration. They're watching what America's doing. His administration that was more interested in these people worrying about their feelings and all this other shit that's going on. They said this man is weak and he's not going to be prepared to do anything about this if we make this move. And that's exactly what he did. Exactly what he did. What's going
You
on,
know,
man? Coach Train
what's up,
25.
brothers? William, I haven't forgot you, man. I've been busy. I'll get with you, dude. I promise.
Yep,
Uh,
yep.
yeah, she says hi, William. What I'm saying is, I think that I've read reports of the soldiers putting holes in the gas tanks. I heard that they were short on food. I heard a lot of the soldiers, 50%, didn't even want to go do this.
No,
But
they
you
didn't.
also have that other percentage already. They're raping women in certain areas. They're torturing guys. Like it's just to me, I don't understand. If you wanted the country so bad, why decimate it? Like, how's that going to help you? Like, who's going to go in there? Like, what are they going to put their own prop administration? I mean, how does that work, man? I mean,
This is what you have
look,
when you
he's
have
from the UK. He
when
said,
you have
look, that's the general consensus in the UK.
excellent. Thanks, Joe. And it's you have this is basically this is the echoes of a lunatic. This is what he wants. He's the ironclad. We're going to do it. We're going to do that. Not even the shock and awe. We're not even going to do surgical bombing. We're just going to bomb hospitals. We're going to bomb centers where we know there are lots of civilians. We're going to go against everything that is. If there's any rules of war, we've thrown all that out. So for us to expect this guy to cooperate with us at any level is not going to happen. Not going to happen. But if you look at the history of the skirmishes with the Russians, this is a little bit different. They're going to take all of Ukraine, and the other little skirmishes before. This is more than that. The other ones that they would do, they were in for a while, then they backed out. They
Go
never
back,
held
yeah.
the territory. But this is a little. This
Except
feel
for
looks.
Crimea, right? They've annexed that since
Yeah,
2014. So
yeah,
he's
and
probably
that's
like, look,
always been.
yeah.
It's always been the hot point, and the issue is the political for 40 years, everything up and down that border. You know, people on the Ukrainian side on the border that are for Russia. Life was better when Russia was here. We made more money. Whatever it is, everybody's got an individual story as to and how they feel about this. Let's see. People saying that they were told the region was taken by. Yeah. See, now you
Let me
got
ask you something,
this is
Steve.
Nazis.
Real
Interesting.
quick, you were in the military. You were in Germany, right? Before?
Yeah. I was in
So let me
Germany
ask you
and
something.
yeah.
What do I think of him threatening nukes? Man, I'll tell you, this guy was in the military. Steve right here, Gina, to be honest, and what Coltrane said about the POWs, like, I mean, look, but then you got, before I start to that, look, then William always hits with the biblical. It says it, man. Jesus knew all this would take place before secondhand coming. Fear not, it's the truth. So if you look at it from a faith base, I'm right with William. But if you look at it, like Steve said, the whole mental state, I really believe he thought when he invaded these towns, Ukrainians are going to be like, oh, we love you, Putin. He didn't get
No.
that response, man. There's Ukrainians making human chains like back in what was that with the and was that in Korea when they did that? The guy stood in front of the tank. What was the
China.
name of it?
That was
China.
China. That was in
China.
the what square? Tiananmen
Tiananmen
Square.
Square.
Right.
I mean, these
Yep.
people, like everything you said, bro, they care about their country. And to be honest, the scary thing about the nuke thing is even we can beat them, but my thing is if he gets something off, man, a lot of people are going to die, be
Well,
affected, man.
the thing is, if he does that, listen, if that happens, God forbid, but if that happens, it changes. There's no,
Thanks, Joe.
yep, there's no
Joe.
just going, well, that's just a one-off type situation. No, that's a nuclear strike's going to land somewhere. That changes the whole. I
The
mean,
whole landscape, everything.
everybody in the entire world, everybody should be really worried about their lives and their futures because there's probably, unless every cool heads prevail, you're still gonna have an environmental disaster wherever that thing explodes, wherever it is. If it's in the middle of nowhere where there's no people, you're gonna have problems for years and years to come.
And if I'm not mistaken, William, correct me if I'm wrong.
They're not laying down at all. That's
No,
right.
yeah, but even in the Bible, and we got a what's the name in here? Uh even in the it says in the Bible that the population will go down to 10%. If there's 7 billion people, that's what, 7 million people. So that's scary, bro. That means nuclear war can do that. I mean, look, what I want people to understand, I think we got a troll in here, brother.
All right, you do.
You see it?
Get in the bathroom.
Get in the
Get in the
bathroom.
bathroom.
Artem Ayuvana, get in the bathroom.
Here's what I
Listen,
think.
so
I
let
think
me ask
they're go ahead.
before you get in, I apologize. Let me ask you something. So I'm glad you're on here because you have experience. You were in the military, right? For
Yep.
those who are not in the military watching, and these people we have in here, right? Do you look at this more as a biblical time, or do you look at this more as, man, you know what? We've seen this before with Hitler. This is going to be another Hitler. We're going to wipe him out eventually. A lot of carnage, a lot of death. You know, do you see that as another end? Do you see the biblical, like, yo, this might be it? Because it seems like it's 50-50, man. People don't want to believe it. Like you said, nuclear can be very serious, man. I don't know why people are not waking up, you know?
Right. No, and to answer your question, I see both of them side by side. I see the biblical side of things and some of the revelations, some of the things are coming true, and that I don't believe Putin's the Antichrist, but I think he's a springboard to something that's hopefully may happen, but it's really based on how we're going to react to this. But I also think militarily, what you're seeing is really, really interesting now. They're using terms like Nazis. They're using you literally have in World War II. You had Germany, Italy, and Japan were the Axis powers. Those were the evil. Those were those are the three countries that were our enemies. In 2022, you have Iran, China, and
North
Russia. Those
Korea.
are North Korea, and that's interesting because North Korea eventually, if that guy isn't dead, he lost a ton of weight. They think speculation he's having health problems, but to kind of sidestep a little bit, eventually you're going to hear from him because he's going to start jumping up and down like a spoiled little kid.
He
Somebody
wants
needs to pay
attention.
attention. Yeah, somebody pay attention to me. But to answer your question, this is
Like, how
different. They're
serious can
using
it be,
terms.
though?
This is serious, man,
Go
because
ahead.
he's using terms like Nazis. What you're seeing is a really strange twist in history. Now you're seeing a lot of the same things that happened in World War II history coming to life in present day, like using terms like Nazis. Now you got
Well,
three
my
three.
family, my father told me he was little because he was born in 42. I forget what year they invaded. He was a baby, but my parents were telling me stories about their family, man, like scared to death.
Yeah.
Like that's some crazy shit. And I always think that Americans always feel like because of our military, that could never happen here.
Oh, it could
But
happen if
it
you
could
talk
happen
about
anywhere, right?
you talk about nukes. If the thing is, you have Putin. In my opinion, I don't. If somebody on the chat knows better than me exactly why he's doing what he's doing, I think here's what I do believe. This is his way
Red
of bringing
Zone,
the
what's
old
up,
Russia
brother?
back. The old glory of Russia's coming back is what he wants. He's an old KGB guy, right? And he thought that back in the day when the walls came down, when
Oh, he hated that.
when Reagan told, yeah, Gorbachev, tear down this wall, when that happened, we came in, their economy collapsed. We kind of sort of halfway helped them, and then we jumped out, and the Russian mob took over. If you look at that history, and that pissed him off. He thought that they were disrespected by the whole world. You got breakaway, all these other countries breaking away from the former Soviet Union, former Soviet. That's the key word here. He doesn't want to be former anything. He wants to start regaining his territory and showing his ability to do so. Why exactly? I don't understand why he thinks Ukraine is such a threat. But
You know why? Because I think that he really thought deep down. Look, he's seen. You said it. He does. He wants to go back to the USSR, the glory days.
hmm
But not only that, he definitely sees the opportunity. He wouldn't have did this under Trump, man. He just wouldn't
no,
have did it. Now, the
no,
fact that let me tell you what bothers me. You got Joe Biden talking about another Iran deal and working with Iran when they scream death to America. Now we're going to be buying oil off them. And now we're still buying 600,000 barrels of them from Russia. Like we're funding this war. Now, I don't think the sanctions are going to do anything, man. I think this guy's the richest guy in the world. I think he's got China behind him. But how much can China really accept of this? I mean,
they're
it's
not.
got to be hurting. I see the stock market's down every day. I mean,
China's not going to jump in and intervene to help at any level, in my opinion. They're sitting back and kind of feeding information to them, watching from a distance. But they're not going to be proactive at any level. I think they're seeing all the mistakes that Russia's making and all the people that they're losing and their planes getting shot down. And you're fighting against people they don't want to be taken. They're going to fight to the last person in some of these areas. So
and that's
they're
why
watching it. China's not going to commit to anything. China's going to move in if they can and buy up everything they can or take over whatever they can after all of this is done. That's kind of always been the way that they're going to come in when everything is destroyed. And if we stop buying Russian oil, that's the first step. What you have is a fundamental flaw in our policy when we shut off the pipelines. We do all this
oh man, I
environmental
don't even
stuff.
understand.
There's
We
no
were
way
energy independent.
there's no reason why we can't reverse this right now. We have a big reserve. There's no reason why we can't start drawing from what we have, here in this country for right now. Why should we have to sit here and pay for $5, $6, $7 a gallon for gasoline for what? When we're weak. Our government's weak. People making decisions are weak. They don't want to offend anybody. And now Joe is a perfect example. Being in the UK, Boris, I like your guy, man. He's standing up for what's right, even though a lot of people
Yeah.
don't like him. But I like the way that politics work in the UK. And UK is looking at Biden as a joke. The guy's a puppet, man. He can't think on
And I
his
didn't
own.
vote for him, but I don't want him to fail.
We don't want him to fail now. But the thing
But
is,
come on, man.
you got to, yeah, you got to. I think give some of these generals some opportunities. Quit listening to the Green parties and all the leftists and the socialists and stuff. That they don't have a position at this table. They got nothing to say about this. This is pre-wartime United States. This is really could turn into something where we have no choice but to have to get in at some level. If there's a no-fly zone that happens, people are worried about the no-fly zone. I understand that because there's going to be a lot of stuff happening in the air. They're going to be provocative. It's going to give Russia another opportunity to to declare. Putin will declare war on other countries. I know he will. He will if that happens. He will. He's that
Yeah, he
confident.
will.
This is a guy that's been isolated. Again, think about all the elections. He wasn't never. Nobody challenged him. He's been there forever and ever. Thing is, he's been sitting on this golden throne of his for so long that he's lost touch with reality. He feels that he can do these things with impunity. and nobody's going to touch them. There's no
It's a
way
hold on,
nobody's.
wait a second. Hey Grant, this is for you. It's almost like these guys on YouTube that just keep talking shit and talking shit. There's never no ramifications, man. It's just like it's sad because tonight's show's nothing about that. But Grant, don't let them get to you, brother. They're just talking shit, man. When they're talking about you, that means you're doing something right, brother. Keep your head up. You need me, just hit me up. Grant's a good dude, man.
Good, yeah,
No,
awesome.
he really is, man. And it just look, it still bothers me how people can still how can I say it? How and I'm gonna get right off it as much as I started it. How can people make money with the bullshit and the drama? I just don't get it, man. How do people buy into that, man? It's almost like what somebody said earlier about the propaganda. I heard he shut all the internet off.
Yep.
Most of the Ukrainians don't know. I mean, the Russians, they don't know, but I don't. From what I heard, half the country's not with it. You know,
No, they wouldn't be because their shelves are empty to begin with, but now they're really going to be empty. With the sanctions and stuff. I mean, here's the thing. This is the part about things like this that suck is all of the suffering that happens with the people who are just like you and me, who have families, are just trying to make a couple bucks and try to keep food on the table, pay your mortgage or your rent, and just do normal shit that we do to try to live, and take care of your kids, your grandkids. Unfortunately, we're the ones, people who live in these countries suffer this because of what's happening. It's a dictatorship. I mean, let's talk about it. It's not true communism where they are now. Russia is a dictatorship. It's not truly what it was when it was the USSR. It's completely different. But these are the people that suffer, unfortunately. And there are those in here in the United States. You're right. We haven't had any major skirmishes on our soil, period. And we've never seen anything like that. And the question is if that starts to happen, what's it going to look like here in the
yeah,
United States? Do
that's a
we have
great
what it
one,
takes?
Marshall. Hey, look at Marshall. Yo, you're right, brother, because I think that's part of it. Look, it's not obviously it's the problem, but it's a shame how they get away with it. The disinformation. I listened to Bill Barr tonight, Trump's attorney general. He was talking about how he was with Trump and this and that. Well, he really didn't prosecute. He didn't do what he was supposed to do, number one. Number two, I found out that Bill Barr's son was in business with Hunter Biden. That's why he didn't go after him.
Yeah.
So,
The
I mean,
sad
it
part
all
is
goes back to
it's all
like,
corruption.
so
It's nepotism.
who do you think is going to follow this guy to the fire for Putin?
That's a good question. I
Yeah,
think I have a theory. I think he's gonna. I have two
he
theories.
assassinated,
I think what should happen, and I
kill
have a
him.
theory of what I think will happen. What I think should happen is that, and I hate to say it, but there should be some sort of an uprising in Russia. There are the people on the ground there. It's got to start on the ground. Somebody's got to get next to him. Have you seen those pictures of him when he's on that long table? He's on one end, and then like 100 yards down the way are his supposed to be his like people that
Subordinates.
yeah, and he's so far away. I mean, that's how paranoid he is. That goes to show you right there how he feels about his people and how they feel about him. He's paranoid about everybody, which is a huge problem. Hitler was paranoid. Stalin was paranoid. Look at all of these leaders. You look at their social, their mental, their mental makeup as it is, or their mental profiles. They all have this paranoid aspect to them. All of them, to include Putin. So that's the wild card in all of this thing. How
This
deep
link
is
is
he
for
into this?
Ali. Ali, here it is. Putting it up right now.
Cool. So it's just going to be and I think you need to get to him. What I think will happen is he's going to take over the Ukraine to a certain point. He knows he's going to stop at the borders where there are people en masse. That he was not going to go any further. But I think he's going to have riots, and I
Oh,
think he's going to
I
have a lot
like
of.
Ali. Yeah, I like Ali's point, man. He talks. Fuck. I hope he comes on here. I just sent the links up, Ali. Come on in if you want. He's right, man. Like at the end of the day, I don't know if China will make a move, man, because I don't think that Chi is done. I think he's greedy for money. I don't think he's done doing what he's set out to do yet.
No, and
I
all
don't
he's
think he
right. I
wants
mean,
any interference with that.
when
Could be
all he's saying,
wrong.
yeah, well, Russia's doing what's best for them. And it makes total sense. You have two diametrically opposed political philosophies, and they're at war with each other. It's nothing new, but hopefully it doesn't spread into other areas. Now, it'll be interesting when he gets to Poland. What's he going to do? I mean, he's dealing with
Well,
UN countries at this point, so it's more of the UN-based countries, unless he's a complete lunatic and decides to do something about it, then I think it stops there. I really do. But I think he's going to have his soldiers are going to have months and months, if not years, of shit going on in these towns. They're going to have resistance fighters. They're going to have all kinds of stuff happening. So it's not going to look very good for people who
Well,
decide to stay there.
I feel like this. I feel that the only way for this guy to really wake up, I don't think it's going to be the United States. Oh, here he is right now. Let me bring in my boy, man. I haven't seen this guy. Talk to him.
Sure.
Let me bring him in. Here comes the. What's up, my brother? Hey, let's do it. How you
Ali.
doing, bro?
Hey, Ali.
What's up, Steve? What's up, buddy?
Doing good. Good to see you, man.
How you been?
Good to see you. Go, 'cause I'm in the car, in the truck.
Are you working?
Oh, got a bad connection.
That's all right. I think
But-
my is. I think I have a little. Who's this right here?
Oh, you got to put a dash in between mob and swag. Don't
No,
forget
you're right,
that.
brother.
Mob dash
ALR,
swag.
thanks for coming in, man. I believe you, brother. I'm with you.
No, it's not. And there isn't a lot, it's people of Ukraine wouldn't agree, but I mean, we wouldn't agree if we were in that situation too, but it's not. So as we're scrolling along the bottom, mob-swag.com. Don't forget the dash in between the two.
Oh, did I mess you up?
No, it's all right. I'm trying to get the other one, but it's going to cost me some money to get
Okay.
it. So,
Gina says I have a real bad echo. How do I deal with this? Let me see.
is it me again? Let me check again.
I don't think it's me though. See, look, I'm talking now. Is there any echo when I? No, yeah, it's something with you.
Okay, hang on.
Nah, thank God I don't have I'll leave one out. I'm sure he might come back in. William, you still hear an echo now? No, I don't hear it now.
All right, how about now? Because I just unmuted. How is it now?
I think
Let's
it
see.
sounds good. I don't hear it. Yeah, I hear it now.
Do you?
Yeah, what is going on? Hold on a
See,
second.
I'm dropping my levels way down, so let me check something else. Might be me.
Is it me?
No,
Yeah,
I don't
it's
hear
me.
the echo. I don't hear the echo at all.
You hear it?
Mm-mm.
I hear a little one. All right, Ali. I left the link in. Come back when you're ready.
All right, thanks, William. I appreciate it. Yeah, this mic is a little hot, so I have to realize that the levels have to be really
General.
missing. What's good, General?
Yeah, it wasn't echo bad.
Dude,
Well, I'm on here with these guys that got these $1 million equipment. Now, that's my brother here. Let me just say something for all who don't know. Let me really just say this because I want everybody to pay attention who's in here. Wait, this guy right here. Now, let me tell you, I'm 49. I've been around a long time. I've seen a lot. This dude's got 10 years on me, man. But let me tell you something. This dude really is the truth, man. We become such good friends, man. I look up to him as a mentor, as a brother. He might not realize that. Always gives me solid advice. Real deal, man. Like, I just want to say thanks for being a friend, brother, because I really appreciate it, man. It's hard to find good people,
no, always
You're
in
a
the
good
same.
fucking dude.
You
And
too.
if anybody who doesn't know, he is the creator of Mob Swag, like mob_swag,
No, mob-swag.
mob-swag.com,
Right.com.
where
Yep.
you can get, chatting with Stacks Attire, my Omerta, you can get Cuzzo stuff, all kinds of stuff. Not only that, this guy is great with editing, videos, all that stuff, and has a big career in radio. So whoever's into music, and if you're looking for something and you need some advice, hit Steve up, man. Real Mob Radio Network on YouTube, and I think you'll go check him out. Go look at some of his videos. You're driving in your car, put on some of the music. I'm telling you, this guy's straight up. He's a good dude. And
Thanks.
I don't say that about everybody.
I appreciate that, and that means a lot. And the same is same. I feel the same way. I mean, for me, it's there isn't a lot of time.
Look at this. Bill Stacks. What's
Wow.
good, man? What's the General? Hold on.
Ready?
What's
When the
good?
general's in the room, I
Present
stand up.
arms.
What's
What's
good,
up,
man?
brother? How you doing, man?
I'm chilling. How you
How you
guys doing?
feeling, man?
I'm good, man.
What
Working
do
on
you
some
think
new
about
stuff.
this Ukraine shit? Now, let me just write these. I'll read these off to you and then tell me what you think. So we've been there since 2000. They've Russia since 2014, right? It's been 12 days. They shot 9 Russian planes down. That hasn't happened since Vietnam. Any army. 2 million refugees fleeing to Poland. NATO sent 10,000 troops on the border. Germany sent jets over there, old jets, I believe. Steve, did you hear about that? You
Yeah, all
got
jets.
we supposedly they have like another 30,000 javelins. They're hitting convoys. I mean, what do you think, Stacks? Because I know you've been starting to follow up on it.
It's all crazy, man. All them people are running for their lives and shit. Families.
Steven, what's up,
Crazy.
bro? Yeah, it is crazy, man. It's like, I don't know, bro. I think people should be worried, man. This is the real deal.
Cover
Steve.
that up.
Okay,
Cover
look
that
at
up.
General. Wait, do we have, wait, when we're on with you, do we have to dress? Do we like a certain attire? Is like a
Nah, man.
I was
Nah,
throw
man.
black on. Put a little black on. That's what I always
yeah.
do. Yeah.
But what do you
What's
think,
good,
man?
Stone Sailor? How you doing, man?
Is he in here?
Yep.
How's he feeling, man? How you feeling, brother? I
Hey,
sent you a text.
Sailor, what's happening? Did you
I
get
think
your
he had a
mug
tooth.
today?
He
He's
had
got
a
a mug
tooth
coming.
pulled.
Oh, no fun. No fun.
Uh-huh.
I got to get some work done too. But
Yo,
we're talking about Ukraine, man. What do you think, bro?
My boy's in here. My boy Robbie.
It's
He's
crazy,
hiding
man.
now.
It's craziness. I can't even believe all this is going on. I hope it doesn't get a lot worse, for us and for
Do you think it's just gonna?
everyone.
You
I
think it's
hope.
just gonna? It's just gonna stop at Ukraine, or where do you think it's gonna go from here? Do you think it's
Who
gonna?
knows? Who
Yeah.
knows, man?
Now, there's something that I found. Should I code? You want me to get into the
Yeah.
racism thing that I found?
Well,
was
yeah, I didn't
reading-
even know Zelensky's doing an interview with Fox News at I think 9 o'clock or something.
Okay.
But
Well,
go ahead.
there's a big issue that I found and it sucks that it's happening, but in Ukraine there was a population of African people that were doing different things in the country, and as they were evacuating, there's been a lot of reports of they were stopping the black families and they weren't letting them pass. They were letting all the white people come through first. They're pushing them off to the side. They're also letting animals come through before they were letting some of these people come through.
What?
So there
Yeah,
was quite a
man.
bit of that going on, and there's historically some issues with that too. And I think it's just kind of a Europe, Europeans is another way for saying white person, right? So all of a European sort of an issue. That's something that's been going on for a long time. It's unfortunate that this is happening now because my take on it is: are you kidding me? In the midst of these are human beings. Who gives a shit? Get them through here. Get them through here. It's that shit should not
They
matter.
showed dead people laying with their suitcases right next to them. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
just and
Crazy.
not trying to get out and not making it. And you're literally seeing almost a replay. And if you go back to some footage of World War II, literally when people were leaving, when Poland was being raided by Germany, the fact that Russia's using terms like Nazis again, literally this is starting to kick up the dust of the 40s. Go back to the political history of the 40s. You're starting to see kind of a parallel thing starting to happen. So it's a scary time because didn't have nuclear weapons then when that started. Now we do, and we got a guy that's unhinged in Putin, right? Don't you think? That's my take on him. He's paranoid of everybody. So was Stalin. Stalin was paranoid of everybody.
Steve, is that better? Mob dash whatever.
Did you get it?
Mob-swag.com.
Yeah.
See,
there it is. That's it right there.
I don't think that it's that he's crazy. I think he's always been. I just think he sees an opportunity. And the reason why I think people should wise up and check this out and really pay attention is because if he does decide, here we go. Let's see what he says. Looks like it was exactly what I saw when I was. Yeah, man. That sucks,
Yeah, just
man.
people dead everywhere. I mean, and I remember in high school when I was in I graduated in 1981. You guys,
Graduated in 91.
Okay, so. But I remember our principal at the high school I went to was a World War II veteran, and we had a class on World War II, and it was speakers would come in. There, obviously then there were a lot more veterans that were alive then, but the principal would tell me stories like you get so used to seeing people laying around. Like one time they were sleeping in this hayloft and it was just dead German, and they were like they put ropes on him and made him like a
like a
marionette,
puppet.
a dead guy. So you get so desensitized that you just don't even think about it. You just doesn't even seem to be reality is way different than what
You know what
normal
they should do?
reality
All
is.
these young boys in the street that like to shoot guns, they should send them over there. That should be a mandatory part of your sentence. Go over there and tell me how that life is.
Yeah, yeah. Go over there and defend the country, right?
Right.
Well, it's funny because they always say, why should we go? We go to jail for killing each other in the street, but over there we're trained to kill for nothing. I'm like, fighting people we don't know. Well, no, I mean, look, the country is your country. Where you live is where you live.
Right.
I mean, it is what it is. Would you
I mean,
protect your house?
think about it this way. Think about it this way. Like Stax, you're in Connecticut in your town. Think about the next state over.
The home of the cotton gin, Eli Whitney.
They come in and they start bombing your neighborhoods and stuff. I mean, people talk about defending their neighborhoods. That's
What's
a
it
lot
called
of talk,
here, man? In Connecticut, submarine base.
Oh, is it?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, they got a
yeah.
Navy. Is it the Navy base? Or is that the manufacturing facility? Do they make them there, or that's where the Navy
No,
base is?
they make them here, and
Okay.
they drive them around or wherever the hell they do.
Yeah, that's a big target. No,
They're in
Here we go.
they're down there in by New
No,
London.
you're right, bro. I think
Groton sub base.
Ali said the same thing, man. It's not worth it. We put defense systems, military there. That's it.
but I mean, why not protect themselves? Here's my question. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate.
Wow,
Sailor.
look at
Is why
this.
not?
Yeah,
Why not protect? Why not protect themselves
I
if
don't
they
know what's
become
going
NATO?
on tonight. I'm graced with presents tonight by this guy too. What
Everybody's
the fuck?
in.
What's good, man?
I'm not
What up,
used to
fellas?
this.
What up?
What's
What's
going on,
good?
Kevin? How
And
you
he's
doing,
got
man?
a
It's been
hat
a
on.
minute.
He didn't want a hair competition tonight. Look at that, Steve.
I didn't want to get. I didn't want to get into it. You know what I mean?
So,
You're always
Kevin,
with
what
the
do you
hair
think,
gel
man?
shit.
Be honest. What do you think?
All right.
You're Ukrainian. You're, by the way, Steve. He's Ukrainian.
Hey, Knight.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're on, man. I really appreciate you being here.
Well, I
Yeah.
appreciate you guys for having me. One thing with regards to why this is happening, this has a huge part to do with Western philosophies.
Oh, definitely.
Russia does not want Western philosophy or that kind of thinking, the way we think, free speech, elections, just our way of life. They don't want that on their doorstep.
Not at all.
The fact that Ukraine put in the application to join the EU sent Putin into orbit.
Oh man.
They know Ukraine wants to join NATO. Putin's like, don't do it. Don't do it. The fact that they already put in the application is why he's trying to say a big F you to Ukraine. He does not want our way of thinking, the freedoms we have on their border. It's a big threat to them and they don't want it.
My boy said put Chinese flag. He's watching. My boy Robbie. What's up, brother? That's my riding partner. He says put Chinese flags on their planes and nuke their ass.
But I mean,
Good idea, man. Good idea.
That's a good idea, brother.
So Kevin, I'm curious then if Ukraine becomes a NATO member, are they paranoid then that Ukraine's going to strike them eventually at some point? I mean, what are they afraid of if
They become a NATO country, they're not necessarily worried about Ukraine. They're worried about us.
I don't think they're gonna have a choice.
Allies.
After all this shit, I don't think they're gonna have a choice. Honestly.
I tell you what,
I don't
though,
think they're gonna
we
have a
made
choice.
Ukraine give up their nuclear weapons, didn't we, Steve? Like 10 years ago, we told Putin we would never go to more than 28 countries in NATO, and that's what he's pissed off about too. We're at 33 right now. That's a big point. A lot of people forget he does not. He didn't want NATO to even be in existence.
No.
But isn't he our ally to NATO?
Say that again?
He's an ally to NATO, right?
Who?
Russia.
Hell no.
No, that's his
Hell,
problem. That's
No, hold on,
what
wait a
he's
second.
mad at.
What's he an ally to? He's an ally.
China.
China and
No,
Iran.
Yeah, China's his ally.
China's their biggest ally.
Yep. And
All,
Now,
our,
here's some
enemies,
facts,
all our
though.
enemies are his allies. So that's
here's
the
a
problem.
fact that I wanted to bring up. And this is not like propaganda. It's not a rumor. There's an actual email backing this up. China reached out to Putin because Putin made it very clear to China that this was going to happen. He was going to invade. This was no secret from him to China. China said, "We'll make sure you wait until the Olympics are over."
Yeah, I heard that.
That is a fucking fact. So
Yeah.
China knew this was going to happen and didn't say shit.
They
And
don't
then
care.
let's not neglect the fact that also China is really antagonizing Taiwan right now with their airspace. Their jets from China to Taiwan, they keep pushing the limits, pushing the buttons of their airspace, meaning flying into Taiwan's airspace. I'm thinking that
Yeah, I knew I was right. Go ahead,
if
but I'll show you.
if China is smart, they're gonna go and try to grab Taiwan back while we're in the midst of dealing
Yeah.
with Ukraine.
Because
I mean, that would be the smartest way. So
it's a great
this shit could
distraction.
really hit the fan very
Yeah.
soon.
Well, Russia in
You're
'91
right.
did sign with NATO military alliance through the Russian Federation established '91 with framework of the North Atlantic Cooperation Council. '94, Russia joined the Partnership for Peace program, and since that time, NATO and Russia have signed several agreements. So they're not an ally, but technically they are an ally. Like they supposed to be, but obviously what this guy does. But
We have
Yeah.
we have trade allies, meaning we're allies with
yeah,
them as
we
far as trade is
definitely.
concerned, but not militarily at all.
Right.
Yeah. Well, he obliterated the what's the names over there in Syria.
Allied with the USA under trade. If Russia gets invaded, USA is not going to bail them out. That's not the ally treaty that we have with them. Doesn't
Right.
work like
Yeah.
that.
They would. And well, it's what I think is odd is now. Let me ask you, Kevin. Do you think Putin? I mean, obviously, if you look at a lot of the Russian leaders over history, all had that big paranoid aspect to their personalities. Now we have a guy that's hearkening back World War II in the words that he's using and the things that he's doing, and it's almost like we're seeing kind of that playing out again. We got another Stalin. He wants the glory of Russia to come back, and he didn't like how he was treated when the economy fell. When he was a KGB guy, so when it fell, he still has a hard on for that, and is still
Yes.
pissed off about how he was treated in 1986.
You're absolutely right.
1987. So I mean, what do you do with a guy like that? I mean, that guy's holding a grudge for that long, and then what is he worried about if they become? What is he worried that the United States is going to invade Russia? What do we care? We don't want to do that. Why would he ever be worried about that in the first
And
place?
then where are we going to get our oil from? You know,
Yeah,
That's
well,
where
see,
we're
there's
getting
a
all our
fundamental
oil from.
problem. There's a million other ways we can do that, right?
Oh, I know. Why we aren't drilling is beyond me. I don't know.
Because we have people that are like, don't worry about don't forget about the environment, and
Well,
that's
but
a
when
whole
they get hit in the elections, they're going to see how wrong that they are. Because the American people, man, don't want to hear it. I just saw right in my neighborhood $4 and something a gallon.
Right.
I don't know what's it over there with you, Stacks.
For something.
Ugh.
Yeah, $5 is like right on our doorstep right now. But Steve, thinking about that, like, oh, it's about our environment. And this is the whole thing why other countries aren't, and this is why Trump was so crucial as far as making other countries responsible and putting in their end. China has zero regulations as far as emissions are concerned.
Oh yeah, true.
India has zero regulations as far as emissions are concerned. China alone, they're wearing the COVID masks before COVID was ever a thing because of the air quality.
Yeah,
You know, if they're not
Ali.
doing their part, what does it matter?
right. They're not, and that's a tough one. But what are you going to do? Well, anytime you have a government that one guy puts himself in as for the lifetime of his lifetime as the leader, you're not dealing with anything we fully could cooperate with 100% anyway. Fundamentally, you can't.
We're paying close to $6 a gallon.
And you're in
We're
Canada,
way
right?
Yeah.
Where are you, Ali? Where are you?
Ontario.
Ontario. Okay.
So
Wow.
we're paying like $1.90 a liter.
So Ali, let's finish the pipeline ourselves, brother. It starts
Guys.
with you guys. We got to finish
Yeah.
that pipeline.
I don't know why they
Premiums.
canceled it.
Premiums $4.69.
So stupid.
It's funny because it's all about money, right? I mean, that's what it's all about. But what Ali, you might know more about this than me, but
The guy
if the
doesn't
guy's
echo.
the richest guy in the world, Putin, and he makes all his money with oil, why would he? I don't understand the concept. Like, I know you're crazy, but if you're that greedy, it shows for money. Why would you want to stop that, knowing that? Well, I see. Look, we're still buying oil from him. So is Germany.
So do our
Everybody
sanctions matter? No.
No, they don't.
Listen, this is what I think the problem is.
Go ahead.
NATO, Ukraine wants NATO to be a member of NATO. And if you become a member of NATO, your weapons go on the border of Russia. And Russia doesn't want that.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
Crazy, man.
Can you picture Canada letting China put missiles facing the States?
Right.
You guys will blow us up.
So it's like Putin said. He used the analogy of Mexico. Would you allow, the Mexicans to throw a bunch of weapons on their border and just start lining them up, getting ready, looking like they're ready to invade us?
Yeah, that's the
Same
way
thing.
he feels, right? Like, I'm not letting them go next
Exactly.
to my country.
He does
The
not
only-
want Western influenced countries on their doorstep. He
But
does
he's
not
making
want
a big mistake, man, doing
Oh,
what he's doing.
Yeah, he is. He
Cole, I
definitely
hear a big echo. I'm hearing myself like 10 seconds later.
I don't
it.
know.
I'm not
It's
hearing
not
it.
me. I'm muted. I got my mute on.
You have anything running in the background?
Are you
Hold
running
on.
YouTube? Are you running YouTube, Ali?
Let me check and come back on.
If you, Ali,
He
listen,
said-
if you can
he said,
email
hey,
that link to
Steve-
yourself, open the link
Steven
in your
said-
email, not YouTube.
That's like Steven said, hey, Vermonti, the Wagner group is
Hold
high.
on.
That's that Russian hit team, right? Yeah. Juanita, how you
Right, I
doing?
like that.
Yeah, he
He's
could
a-
go.
hey,
He could
Monita,
go join the
people.
war, right?
She's a very good girl, this Monita here. Very
Well,
good.
Good to
people.
see you. Good to see you. All right, from
I
from
can't
New
believe
York.
he said-
Oh, what's up, baby?
He's nuts, man. But at the end of the day, what are they thinking in Canada? I mean, you guys, I know he took some measures, right? They have a no-fly zone over there in Canada.
I think he's frozen. He's trying to come out and come back in.
I think one of the
No.
challenges over there is you just got a lunatic for a leader in Canada. Just no disrespect to Canadians. I mean, I grew up on my dad's side on the northern Minnesota border, right on the other side of Thunder Bay, Canada. So I'm real familiar. But I mean, it's just I don't know about the leadership there. That's a whole other conversation to
You know,
have.
you hear the
Did you-
funny part? You see in Ontario, my cousin, my mom's sister's son is the head of the transportation over there. He's the president.
Oh wow.
Dude, he
Steve,
hates
did you
Trump.
see
He's so
when
liberal, I don't even talk to him. 'Cause
Putin
he
was
can't even
meeting
have
with
a
all his
conversation.
oligarchs, where Putin was sitting and where the rest of them were sitting?
Yeah. That could
Like
that.
30 yards down
Yeah.
this big ass table.
And
He's
I mentioned
paranoid,
that
bro.
earlier.
That's what
that-
Steve said.
You talk about a picture that says 1,000 words. There it
He's
is.
back.
Let me see it.
If you looked at the same type of meetings in World War II with Stalin, they might not have been separated like that, but I guarantee you that the dynamics in that room are the same as they are right now. Only those guys are pushed way down at the other end. It's extreme now, and that when I saw that, I'm like, we're dealing with the guy that's losing his mind.
I think
He's
he owes.
losing his
Hey,
mind.
Steven, you say if you were 20, you'd go there. To be honest, I don't think we should put soldiers there, man. Let them fight their own shit. I'm
Nobody
not saying
said,
we shouldn't
nobody
help
said
them.
soldiers. We're talking volunteers, bro.
Well,
Nobody said soldiers.
but why
And you could be up
volunteer
to
to go get
60.
you- Yeah, but knowing that you're not going to come home, why would you do that?
How do you know?
Anyone could volunteer to go over there.
That's right.
Guys,
You know why?
you guys think Putin, if he loses this, or if America gets involved, you don't think he's going to use those weapons against everybody?
I know he will.
Yeah, he will.
Yeah.
He will not lose.
I
So
would
whatever
say this,
he has to do-
Ali. I would say this. And there's a big manhunt for his kids right now because apparently there's rumors that one of them lives in Germany in a big ass mansion, and his kids are like kind of spread throughout Europe. They're saying follow the kids. If you see the kids come home and you don't see him leave, then you need to worry. There's a big manhunt right now for his kids.
What's
God,
Canada think?
I'm with hate me or not, but I agree with Putin. I'm with him. And I'll tell you, it has nothing to do with Ukraine. I just believe he's protecting his country and his border.
He is.
I mean, listen, America went into Iraq with false information.
Mhm.
That's all it took off. Weapons of mass. Listen, they invaded that country. None of us jumped up and said, oh, they did it. Russia is doing the same thing.
Ali, it's like this. How can we leave the way we left knowing that Al Qaeda was going to take over in the matter of, we thought, weeks? It literally took one day. If we really truly cared about the reason why we were there and helping things and fixing things, how could we leave the way we left, leave everything there, and everything was erased in a matter of a day?
100%.
They literally rule that country, and it's not even close.
Listen, you guys, do you want to hear something? Go. There's a it's called Budapest. When Ukraine gave up their weapons, their nuclear weapons, America
10
said,
years ago. 10 years ago.
"You give up your nuclear weapons, we'll protect you." America.
but we also told Putin we would never expand NATO, and we did.
Yeah.
Right or wrong?
Right.
You know,
I mean, look, I think you have a good point, man. I know a lot of people that say, look, I don't like the guy, but he's doing what he's doing for his country. He sees, I don't agree with the shit, but I mean, look, at the end of the day, you're looking at a country like Ukraine, and to be honest, I just don't understand why that business over there is our business. I understand the military and NATO, and I understand somebody tax a NATO ally.
We're the bullies of the world, man. We're the bullies of the world. You know what I mean?
It's really because you're not going in there. They're not going to help Ukraine. No one has helped Ukraine. They're giving weapons, medical things. They do that to everybody.
Yeah.
They're not going in. They're not helping them. And bottom line, Russia's a bully too. Don't get me wrong, but they want to protect their border.
Hey, yo, I gotta go, man. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you, Jim. I'll call you tomorrow. Later, brother.
You guys have a great night, man.
See you, Stack. Good to see you, man. Take care,
Ali,
buddy.
what do they think in Canada, man? I mean, obviously they're talking.
No, the media. Kevin, where are you from?
Massachusetts.
This is the problem with the media. We have the same media as you. It's all what you guys hear. There's nothing about Russia. There's zero. All you hear about Ukraine winning, bombs, this. You don't hear anything.
Right.
I think that this guy is going to not do what everybody thinks. And I think this right now, this is just the predicate for the big war, man. I don't think there's any stopping it. I think there's too many egos involved. I believe what you said, Ali. This dude started something. He's not going to let this end up like Crimea, man. This dude is not, even though he's still there, he took Crimea, but this guy right now has something to prove. He wants to show the world at any cost he's not going to give his country up, man. He knows this country just like we do.
You want to hear something? I put up a couple videos here and there. YouTube blocked my account today because I was putting up a few videos of Russia and Ukraine. They closed my account.
Wow.
Just because I tried to say Russia, eliminated.
Unbelievable.
But it's funny, though. They can do that, but yet we're still buying how many hundred thousands of barrels of oil from them.
And you know, in Russia, you cannot use the term war. You have to say special operation.
You said it, Kev. You said it, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah. You have, you still have people that you have the police that regulate what you say. If they overhear you say something on a street corner, waiting for the train, one of those officials, you go to jail for that shit.
Well, Ali, we have free speech, right?
Yeah, they say we do.
Yeah, where? Right?
Unbelievable.
You're right. That is unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
So, Ali, I'm curious about something, Ali, in Canada. I'm curious about in Canada, Ali, with the whole thing that's been going on with the truckers and stuff. And
I was just going to ask them, how's your business, man?
Yeah, tell us about that. What's your take on that?
So those people are the ultra conservative white people, okay? The truckers, they call them the fringe. And you know what? I have a few buddies, like my company, we deal with trucks and we do it, but those are hardcore guys that believe in free speech and rights and COVID. They think it's a conspiracy. And
see this girl right here, Ali, this good friend of mine. She drives a truck. She's in Michigan right now.
Nice. Because they're hard. Listen, man, they're hardcore. What they did in Ottawa, that was crazy, man.
Did that affect your business though, with your produce and stuff?
It did, but we have our own trucks, so if we had to use their trucks or stuff, we'd be in trouble. But we had problems getting our produce from the border.
Okay.
You had to pay off a lot of people to move some trucks to get some fucking done. A lot. It was, but guys, these guys were hardcore. But Canada, the prime minister, he did that whole emergency act thing, and that was crazy. Like he closed bank accounts, he stopped people. Like if
anybody donated, right?
Oh yeah, they took. Yeah, how about that? He took most of the truckers that were there. They deleted their insurance. They can't get insurance anymore for the truck.
I heard that.
Isn't that crazy?
I heard about that GoFundMe thing where they had all this money for the truckers with the GoFundMe, and GoFundMe just took the money.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah. You know what? There's no freedom. There's no rights anymore.
No, not anymore.
Not anymore.
I didn't know that, Steve. Look at this. He said that Russians, I guess they rocked the Wolf's Angel used by the 2nd SS Panzer Division. Damn, that's crazy. So they got Nazis inside that Russian army too?
Oh yeah.
Oh, they have that mentality.
Hey,
They
Steve,
definitely have
hey,
that mentality.
Kevin, I know you know about this, man. I see a lot of bikers with that SS on their shit, man. I know guys have it tattooed on them.
You know how many lightning bolts I seen in prison, bro?
Oh my god! And you know,
day.
man, I don't
Everywhere.
understand.
Yeah, that's no joke there, man. No, there's no joke.
Canada's all bikers.
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
You guys are the mob over there. We're the bikers. There's like,
Hey, there's bikers over here, brother.
We got big time bikers over here.
In Philly, yo, let me tell you something. There's really only one big dog. Others have tried, many have failed, but there's really only one successful club, man. And they're really, they take it very seriously, man. They're big over here, man. You got Angels over there, right? They're big.
And the Angels have all these subcommittee part type people. They have all their little guys, you know. It's the Diablos and all. Yeah,
right. Trying to shit over here. Believe that.
Yeah, they control from London, right? So they're hardcore, man.
Yeah, they are, man.
Yeah, Steve, it is the Nazi
What
ideology.
do you think's the next move, Ali? What do you think he's going to do?
I think America's going to give him the war and say, listen, win it, get what you think, and go out. Because if everyone gets involved, we're exactly at World War III. Like, think of it.
We're already there.
We're already there. So America's just going to give him Ukraine on the silver platter.
Yeah.
Because if he doesn't, then how is Russia going to stop?
Thank you for correcting me, brother. I didn't, Steve. That's the Ukrainian army with a 33 to 4,000 person battalion. Hopefully,
they do.
Wow, that's crazy, man. I didn't know that.
The president is with them. Zelensky.
Yes.
He's Jewish.
Now, in the biker world, if you have lightning bolts, that's considered that you put some work in. Technically,
and Zelensky was an actor. He played a president on TV, and all of a sudden got elected because the other jerk off was so corrupt. It was easy for Zelensky to win.
Right. He was an actor, stand-up comedian. I hear.
You see that guy fighting, man. I give him credit. He's fighting with it for his country. But so
is Vladimir Klitschko's brother. He's the mayor of Kyiv.
Yeah, both of them.
Now
they said we got 800 million, but we're not leaving.
We just had who's the middleweight champ?
That Ukrainian guy.
The fuck's his name?
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yep.
What happened with the girl that got locked up? The basketball player. She had one of these vape pens. They locked her up.
In Russia. Yeah. Talk about the worst possible time to get locked up.
Hey, Ali, my cousin's Canadian. He's right from where you live. I know he's big left though, man. He's left wing, bro. He doesn't even want to. He hates.
Her name was Brittany Griner.
Yes.
Yeah, Ali, you can't even talk to that guy, my cousin. He don't even want to hear it.
Well, and that's a. Go ahead, Ali. Sorry.
I'm conservative. With touch of liberal or stuff like that.
I'm libertarian, man. I don't care what you do. You want to sleep with your some guy, that's your business. To me, I look at it like socially, I don't care, but when it comes down to faith and family and all that, I believe in respect. I believe in God. I believe in that stuff. Each his own, whatever people want to do, But
I think the Americans are going to be tested over the course of the next 10 years at levels that we've never seen in this country. People who are immigrants from other places who come from war-torn countries that have felt it, have seen it, have heard it, smelled it. I have been saying this for a long time. You guys have it too good. You're too fat and happy. You're not paying attention. Your eye is off the button.
Yep.
And we're going to be tested. And Ali gave you understand what I'm talking about. They have no idea. And I think we are going to be tested. I think we're going to be tested in a lot of ways that are going to expose a lot of people for the bullshit that they are. And then let's make the corrections once they expose themselves. Let's get us back on track. But we got to come together to make it work, though.
I don't see it coming back, bro. I think Ali's right, man. I don't think, well, you know what? I don't think they're just going to let him do what he does. I think sooner or later, man, one of these countries is going to say, oh, they're going to feel so bad, and they're going to see a little kid, and they're going to react. And that one reaction is going to cause one big chain reaction. And what are you going to do? Just let this guy.
The next country you have to worry about and look at is
China.
Poland. No,
Poland, yeah, well, definitely, yeah.
If Russia puts even one boot on the ground in Poland, it's a wrap.
It's a total.
And we have
because Poland's
there, right?
not going to play. And
what we have a lot of troops and a lot of equipment. Mm-hmm. Now, the next push and play is for us to backfill planes for Ukraine. So we're going to literally be handing them planes and then backfilling it with more planes coming into Poland. So the second Russia sees the first plane go across that border, what do you think is going to happen?
Oh, definitely.
Yep,
You
it's
don't
on.
think Russia's going to start bombing that base?
Well,
Yeah,
but it's on
Steven.
because the thing is that's always been my here we go again. Here we go. The Germans invaded Poland. Here we go again with the same scenario that played out in 1938. Okay, you've got if they go to Poland and they try to push their way into Poland, it's totally on. Poland's not going to play that. If they don't back up Poland, if we
They're
don't
part
back
of NATO. So
yeah,
we're going to
they're part
back
of
them up.
NATO.
And
So let's see if that really means something. I
Well, we
always say
have-
he's going to drive all the way through Ukraine, right to the border of Poland. And if he could, I believe, as sure as I'm sitting here, that if he had an opportunity to push through Poland, again, glory to Russia. That's what he wants. He wants to regain that glory, that territory that he
the
lost.
USSR.
because it's
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
how dare you
Absolutely.
take it from me? That's a great point, Kevin. And I said that earlier, that watch and see. Poland's going to be the tipping point. in my
Poland's
opinion.
a big,
Completely.
big factor.
If Putin gets
Yeah.
close to Poland, America is just going to blow him up. No one's going to touch NATO. NATO's too, like, that's my opinion. But
I think you're right.
They
Hey,
are
I didn't even know that. Well, I know we have troops stationed in Poland, but I didn't know we have altogether about 100,000 troops all throughout Europe. I didn't realize it was that
big
you
time.
guys are huge, man. You Americans
You
are
know,
huge.
And 10,000 NATO troops. Yeah, there's a
NATO,
lot
remember,
of differences, man. Good,
NATO
good
got
observation.
implemented right after 9/11, and then
Yeah.
once we
And then
got
the big-
situated after 9/11, we started backfilling countries with so much equipment and troops. It's not
Yeah.
even funny, bro. History has a funny way of repeating itself.
It does. Everything's cyclical.
My
Here
mom-
we go.
Ali, I don't know if you heard, and I don't know if Kevin got to hear, but my mom was just telling me stories about, and my dad when they were young, my grandfather hiding under the wheel. They make wine in big barrels, like big, big barrels. They were hiding underneath, man, because the Germans were running through. They were raping the women, and
Yeah,
in
they were.
Italy, they
Really?
ravaged Italy, man. Yeah.
Holy shit, yeah, that's crazy.
And you have
So-
Russian soldiers doing the same thing to their Ukrainian
That's what
women
my mom
right now.
said when she sees that on TV. She remembers that stuff. So I
There's
just
no
feel
law.
like the devil will lose, but he's gonna light some fires before it's put out, man. And it's sad because you can't look. He's got good. You can't just book Russia. Has more-
I think this will be over in a couple of weeks. In my opinion, I really believe this will be over in a few weeks. They're going to get together. They're going to say some peace treaty, whatever, but Russia's going to have their government in control.
Russia's
Yeah,
gonna,
we're gonna
there's got to
put-
be
yeah.
concessions. There's going to have to
Yep.
be concessions. They're going to have to give up territory.
Yep.
Yeah,
Ukraine's going to get very, very small,
definitely.
and
Zelensky cannot
Russia's
be
going to hold the
president.
majority.
Yeah, Zelensky can't be president, but they're going to stop. They're going to stop this within a few weeks. People are dying
They
like
tried to kill him 3 times. You think they're gonna get him?
6 times. 6.
6?
they're going to get this guy, man. He's using
They
social
said-
media like crazy.
They said that they have about 7.
needs
I
to
know
bounce.
Russia has
He
what,
needs to bounce.
200,000 troops?
Yeah, he does. He needs to be somewhere else. They need to
Did you hear
evacuate
what
him out of
Elon
there.
Musk guy said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm scared of Elon Musk, to be honest with you. That guy, they'll shoot you from his satellites.
Well,
They'll fly
Well,
you
it's
from
What
funny.
did
the
he say? What
Ollie,
did he
it's
say?
funny you say that. Hold on one
Go ahead,
second. My cousin married a woman that's in the DOD. They're stationed in Hawaii. Her main primary job and focus is the satellites that are in orbit in space. The DOD has an entire department that is literally nothing but space.
Damn.
And being that this is nuclear and we're now dealing with nuclear threats, her job is to literally line up the satellite that has the laser to shoot the nukes out of the sky.
Yeah.
And if they
Yeah.
are off by 1 millisecond, too early, too late, we miss it and we're fucked.
Yeah.
So the technology we have and the capabilities we have is insane.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there's human error, and if we're
Wait,
off by
didn't
just
we
1
already did that?
millisecond-
Didn't we miss what was that big fight they had? I think in Syria we missed a couple or something like that. Like we were trying to stop some missiles, man, and
Yeah, they're not even using the real weapons over there. Like,
Putin-
America doesn't even use their weapons over there. They're using their weapons from the 50s and 60s.
but Putin
Exactly.
ran through there, man. Syria, he ran through there. He decimated a lot of that country.
Yeah.
I
They
will.
got no
I will
shot.
say this, and I'm curious to get your opinion on this. Now you've got the. I always say this. 2022. It's the Axis powers now. You've got China, Russia, and you've got Iran. So how are these three countries going to work together at any level, especially with Iran? Because
I,
Iran wants the nuke deal back. They want their nukes.
I,
We're,
hear-
we're going to be buying gas off that oil
Of course
off
they
them
have.
now.
Iran's a bad country, man. They're bad people.
Where
They're
are your
bad.
people from, Ali?
Oh, see, I was born and raised in Canada, right? My parents are Lebanese, right? So we're from
My
Lebanon.
ex-girlfriend was Lebanese.
Yeah.
Marhaba.
But there you go.
I'm not a harami, but I like.
There you go. He knows it all. There you go.
Listen, I'm no kusumuk either.
Wow. He didn't say a bad
But you
word.
know what I
Look
like?
at Code
though? I
go.
like that
You know, he's
kusum.
saying bad words.
Yeah, he's saying bad words.
Nah, I know.
I was born and raised here, right? My wife's from Lebanon. I went on vacation once over there and I met her, but that's as much as I. But Lebanon is a Christian country. It's more Catholics than Muslims. So it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, but I just want to say to you, and for all them, this is before we touch this, for you, your family, after that 9/11 shit, I got a lot of friends that are Muslim and from. Listen, let me tell you something, man. The way some of them people were treated, even some Indians I know, man. And I know Indians can be tough sometimes because I have an Indian friend and he's miserable, man. And he tells me. But the thing is, no, I'm just being honest. Like, I don't like that treatment, man. Like, I don't like that. So, no, you always got friends here, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is what it is. Of course, you got it
But
after
it's
9/11.
people who are uneducated that don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I gotta get going, but let me leave you with this. And ALR, he's pretty fucking smart. But
yeah, look at this. Yep.
Here's another. This directly deals with this comment, and this is what my cousin was telling me, and this is no joke. If you live next to a naval base or any kind of military base, if you live in a town that has oil rigs, if you live in Washington and you're near the Capitol, if you're in New York City, if you're in LA, you have to know and be able to deal with the fact that you have rockets pointed at you right now.
Attaboy. Perfect.
It's not even like I'm not even trying to scare people or threaten people. That is the reality of what's going on. Every single important spot in this country has a rocket pointed at it. Every one of them. So
and in turn, we have rockets pointing at them. Same thing.
Yeah, rockets pointing at everybody.
Absolutely.
And they have
Same
spies.
thing.
We have spies. We fly planes. They fly planes.
And in NATO, it's already implemented. There's a pamphlet. There's ways to go about this. That if one button gets pushed, they all get pushed.
Yeah.
So it's literally
no win for anybody.
ALR says it good. I don't know. Somebody said that's Ramundi, but our anti-missile system.
Nah, that's not the real Ramundi.
Yeah, I know that, obviously. But
listen, guys, we should do this every once in a while. This was fun.
man.
Yeah, Ali, appreciate you. The first chance I get a chance to really meet you, so I appreciate it. And thanks for your support.
I'll speak to Call of the Street, but
when you get a chance, give me a call. We'll catch up on the phone, brother.
I will. Kev, it was nice to meet you, Steve.
Nice to meet you.
God bless.
Well, man.
I gotta get going too, guys. Take care,
bro. You too, bro.
Bless,
all right, guys.
Have a good one.
You too.
That's a good
Kevin
dude,
is good.
Man.
Kevin's gone too.
Kevin at?
He had to go too. So it's just you and me.
Gone. Just me
That's
and you,
great.
brother.
What a great show so far, man.
Yeah, it's nice,
really
man.
Yeah. So it really comes down to it's there's a lot to consider here. There's so many different sides to the story, which is unfortunate, but
Kingston. Yo, he says, Steven, the propaganda is strong. People only care about Ukraine. No one gives a F about the Syrians, Palestinians.
Yeah, Yemen especially. I mean, you're talking to places in here, and that's
You're
a good
right.
point. The problem is our attention span, and especially in America, because we're driven by social media. We're driven by, watch TV. Thing is coming at you fast. Everything's 30 seconds.
ALR, I know what that picture of your thing is. That's George Christie and some Hell's Angels. I know that picture very well. On Philly, there's a different regime over here, but I respect all 1%ers. Everybody, all bite to stay safe. My thing is, though, what I really believe that what we have not seen nothing yet. As much as I hate to say that, I don't want to say it. I mean, you were in the military. I'm sure you see some things that might trigger, but, as a people, this is the time that everybody should get the fuck together, man, and start really realizing that however this thing goes, it's us against them. Like, we should try to, I'm not saying mend all your relationships and stuff, but start looking at life in a different lens.
And for all of those people that say socialism is good, This is good. We need more that type of philosophy. Take a look at what's happening. There's also socialistic elements in this. This is a dictatorship with Russia, but you have that other side of it in there too. None of that is any good. We have to maintain so we can keep our freedoms. We have to understand what we have. I think we've become complacent in this country. A big population of people are outstanding with their hands out, expecting. You just expect to get things. And now you're seeing what's happening. Even if you look in the history of other countries, that people that struggled, that are running away from everything because their houses are exploding, they're being attacked. We've never seen this in this country except the Civil War, perhaps, and none of us were alive then. So we need to appreciate what we have as Americans, the freedoms that we have to be able to just move about freely, and not being under attack, to be able to somewhat trust your neighbor if you can, or even have a house to live in. We got to remember what we've got, and we've got to remember, if we become too complacent and we don't pay attention to what we're doing, there's a good chance at some point that's going to be in jeopardy for everybody.
Definitely,
if we don't
man.
wake up.
I know, if you could, if you had a chance to, and we were in that situation, would you put the uniform back on?
Oh, in a minute, if I believe in it. I mean, I took
And
that
that's
oath
what I
the
think
first
is,
time.
and that's what I think about our country is so special. Like, you got guys that were served you got guys want to volunteer to go fight in Ukraine.
Yeah.
Like, that's great, man. It's good to see people want to help other people, but I don't think anybody can predict this. I don't think anybody knows. I've heard one story of somebody scenario told me that he said, Mike, they're all sitting here laughing, brother. They're all on the phone talking to each other. It's all game. It's all about bank at the end of the day, man. Like, think about it. You put on a front with this Putin, you knock a couple cities down. No, we're not going to invade. Price of oil. Who's making the most right now, Putin?
Yeah, and
I mean,
the thing,
come
it's
on.
all corrupt. Even the people in our government too. It's the same thing, and that's the unfortunate part. The whole system needs to be just completely destroyed and rebuilt correctly. But we won't see it in our lifetimes. It is what it
No.
is. Politics was not designed for somebody to go into office and become rich. They were there. It was designed for them to represent their constituents, their people that they
Exactly.
represent, and that's not what this is about. Because now you have lobbyists, and it's become this other thing, and it's you can't. It's hard to trust anybody anymore, and especially politicians, because it doesn't matter what side. I'm a Republican. This person says, whatever you are. I'm not a Republican. I'm more of a libertarian, like you.
Yeah, I'm like you, brother. We're
I don't like
independent.
either. I don't like either party. I'm an independent. It's like
Yeah.
my vote is based on the content of your character, what your
Let me ask you
what your
something. Why
resume.
can't independents vote in a primary? I think that's stupid.
It's really
They
stupid.
really decide elections. That's stupid. That's a
Yeah,
good side hustle right there.
yeah, and I
You
think
can
that.
donate and do everything, but you can't vote to
Yeah,
the
it's it's not the
general.
same world as it was back then. It's a different world. We got to have more than one. But I also think that both parties need to not continue to try and change laws and things to bend things in their favor, so that like the Democrats are trying to do it. So let people who are undocumented vote. Let people blah blah blah. Like, we have an issue in Minneapolis here with Omar, who is a representative from here.
She married her
She's
brother. Go ahead.
she's Somalian, and there we have a huge
I don't care
population.
if she was Jewish, if she
Right.
was African. I don't care if she was Italian, Spanish. What that girl gets away with. Oh man, go
She's
ahead. I'm
insane.
sorry.
Well, the problem is we have a huge population of Somali people in Minneapolis. So that's where they came to, here in Minnesota. And the way they were voted, basically saying, this is what you got to do. They took advantage of the families that were, didn't learn English. They're not trying to assimilate whatsoever. They have their own neighborhoods. They have their own communities. So they went in and said, okay, this is who you're voting for. Boom, boom, boom. And they basically said, this is what you do. And all of the people in those apartments and in those communities all voted for one person, and that's her, without even wanting to try and consider who was running against her. So that's what I mean. That's kind of what you're up against. You're up against just, no, you're going to do it. It's like, even like with the mob, because we're talking about mob tube stuff. Or, oh, sorry, mobverse. I don't
Yeah.
like using mob tube. I mean, they did all kinds of things. They're the reason John F. Kennedy got elected, and I'll put that out there. That they're one of the big reasons why he got elected, because of the influence in Chicago. So that's history too. So I mean, all through history, there's corruption, and I mean, shit. Motown Records was started with mafia money, seed money. That's a fact. So it is what it is, and
Yeah, he's independent. He's more Republican. That's what's up. I mean, at the end of the day, I look at a guy like Bill Barr today, and he's saying how the election, all this, that, and the other thing. But then I read a report how Bill Barr, the ex-attorney general, his son made a lot of money with Hunter Biden. They were in business together. Like, it always seems like in this country, like why people hate the government so bad. There's always a bullshit scam going on, man. There's always like everybody's got to be connected. I understand, but I think the lobbyists and all, they take a hold of this country, stronghold on it, put their foot on the neck. And it's like everybody has some kind of baggage or some skeletons that this is why nothing gets done, because it's, oh, well, you can't go this way because if you go that way, it's this way. It's like, man, you ever see House of Cards?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah,
That
yeah,
was pretty
completely.
good flick.
I mean, it's like once the minute you get to DC, you realize quickly that, let's say you get, the new congressman from Pennsylvania, right? So you go to DC, and you hear a lot of these people that go in and they realize how quickly they you're stuck. I mean, it's such a huge web of red tape and stuff, and you can't really do or say much of anything. You have to just kind of play along because you're the rookie. You have no power in this huge power structure that's created. And it's not supposed to be created like that. It's not supposed to run that way. I go back to the UK and see how they do business politically. They have debate, open debate. And here we do the same thing, but we drone on for hours, drone on. That's just kind of how we do it. And it's time to too much droning. You just get down to it, make something happen.
So what do you think that is gonna, like, as far as like, I mean, obviously we know it's gonna happen. We know something's gonna happen.
Mm.
Do you think that, how, like, what's the name said? Ali said it'll be over a couple weeks.
I don't. I think
it's
Poland.
been 12 days, man.
I'm with Kevin. I think it's going to go on until they hit Poland, and Poland's going to be.
I don't think it's going to stop.
Any of the NATO borders, any of the borders of NATO countries. If they step one foot in, it's going to be a problem.
So now, how? I mean, that's why I asked you, because you have more experience. Like, how do you hit a country like Russia? I mean, do you just blow them off the face of the earth so they can't hit the button? I mean, even if you blow up the nukes, that's going to have consequences too, right? That stuff in the air.
Yeah, it's a no-win. It's a
There's
no-win
no winning,
situation.
right?
You really need people on the inside to shut it down from the inside. You need to cut the head of the snake off from the inside.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to have to probably give up their life to get next to him and take him out. And you're going to be taken out too, but he's going to
I would do it. If I knew I could do it and I could help these people, I'm being dead honest, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
and I wouldn't even care, just because, let me tell you something. I don't think Ukraine's our business, but I've read a lot of other stuff this guy's done, man. He's a vicious dude, man.
Yeah.
He's hurting kids and women. And, look, Steven says, what did you do in the military?
Two things.
Thank you for your service, sir, as always.
Thank you. I was in the infantry, and I was also in the Army band. I got my
Steven,
degree.
don't let him fool you, bro. He was chasing tail, playing in the band every night.
I was in the Army band and the infantry, so I kind of did both. So yeah.
And some of his women in there helped. He taught the women how to play the skin flute.
Yeah, I'm pleading the fifth on that one. That was a long time ago.
We will not say that wifey's a great woman. We will not say her name, but I got her back. So she's good people, man. This guy's absolutely a really good dude, man. Good family. I hope you guys, late in life meet some good people, because it's not apparent. You think you will, but hey, Joe's laughing. But, you're not, and I appreciate it, man. He's a good friend. He's always there for me, man, as I am for him. And, it's good to have that, because late in life, you don't really, usually by your 49, 50, you figure out who's who, what's what. But it's always a blessing when you can have a new good friend in your life.
I think
man.
When you get to a certain age, I found you have to make a choice.
Oh, here goes Diddy. What's up, Diddy?
I put all the NATO.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
Diddy, good ass observation, Diddy.
Yeah,
thank you for your service, point. Steve.
Yeah, amen.
He ain't that tall. He's only 6'7". That's not that big.
6'6".
6'6". I'm like an inch matters.
I shrunk an inch.
Yeah, you shrunk an inch.
Yeah, I did.
What do you got going on this week, man?
Man, well, listen, last week we had a couple of radio shows.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna put it up here, man. Okay. Is it Real Mob Radio Network at YouTube?
Yeah, Real Mob Radio Network. Yeah, that's the YouTube. But the realmobradio.com is my streaming online real radio station. Check it out if you want to, Bluetooth some stuff. There's always all kinds of cool stuff on there. There's from classical to wiretap stuff, my old Mafia wiretaps, old radio plays. We're pushing for a lot of audio stuff. So the Mobverse audio series, are going to be placing a lot more on there of different guys throughout history. And yeah, just keep plugging, man. Keep pushing, and trying to come up with more, some good stuff for people to watch. And a lot of people like to listen and like the audio stuff. So I'm kind of doing more of that. But it's nice to be on video too. Everybody knows I like the audio better than the video side of things. So
thank you, Joe.
Yeah.
Wow, he had 2 journalists poison.
Oh yeah, Putin doesn't play, man. They love to use poison.
Here goes Steve's Real Mob Radio Network at YouTube. What's the other one?
The other one is realmobradio.com.
I call my neighbor Big Guy. He's
yeah, if you go to realmobradio.com. Thanks, man. Appreciate it, bro.
This is another good guy, man. Real Mob Radio.
.com is the website, and then that's where you'll be able. There's music playing right now. I'll be doing some shows on that too, and sometimes when I do a live show, I'm usually on .com too, because I get people coming in from other parts of the world.
Is that it right there? realmobradio.com?
Yep, realmobradio.com. That's it, right?
And this one too, Real Mob Radio Network at YouTube.
Yeah.
Go hit him a like. Go get him a subscriber, man. He's doing better than me, but I'm slow motion.
And no, appreciate all of it. It's great. And through all of this came in last October into this YouTube thing and met you right away, and Stacks and those guys, and got kind of
DLD. What's up, brother?
Yeah,
man. We met each other, man. He's a good dude, man. It's never about money, never about nothing but real fucking friendship, man. And I appreciate it, brother. You're a good friend. Thank you.
It's about the message.
Gina, much love, Gina. Much love, girl. Stay safe out there in that truck. But yeah, man, it was a great show, man. We got to do this again, brother, man.
Yeah, let's do it anytime you want. I'm always here.
You know what? We'll do a follow-up, man. We'll do a follow-up maybe, Friday or Saturday. We'll get back on here.
Yeah, that'd
shoot
be good.
The shit. It's always a pleasure.
That'd be really good. And I like getting different people on sometimes too. It's kind of cool. Oh, hey, man.
He always thinks his hair is better than mine. Look at this guy, man. Yo, let me tell you something. This guy right here, bro. This guy.
Yeah.
Good dude, man. Good dude.
Nice to meet you, man. I appreciate
that very much. Let me tell you something. Real with me from day one. Told me right from day one. It's been right since. I probably didn't listen right away because I wanted to see for myself. But, he and tells me how I feel. Like, if he doesn't agree with me, he'll tell you. And that's what I respect.
Yeah,
shout out to Thing Great Line. He needs to do more, man, because he's good at that shit too. He's like you. You guys are intricate with that shit,
Yeah, it's like painting a picture.
Yeah, we'll definitely get up here and recap this, man.
Okay. Yeah, I'm available later in the week for sure. All good.
Definitely.
For me.
Thanks for coming on, brother. Thank everybody for in here. Showing mad love to us, man. We appreciate you. To all the soldiers out there, stay safe. We salute you. Steve's a veteran. Thank you for your service.
Appreciate
everybody, man. God bless. Stay safe. And Steve, stay on for a minute.
Okay.
We respect everybody. We respect peace. We respect happiness. Some people in the world are really motivated by the devil, so that makes for a really, really, really never ever. Oh wait, we got look at this. Yeah, man.
Cool. Yeah, no.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. That's a good one, yo. That's a good one. You should capture that because Cuzzo has the Broken Misfits, Reformed Knuckleheads. I like that.
Yeah, I want to join too. I'm a Reformed Knucklehead.
Yeah, thank you,
definitely.
Steve.
I'm definitely the same thing.
So everybody, man, have a good night. Take care. We'll see you real soon. Couple days. Be safe. Put God first.